Kella was in an esports club named Power PC Zone, where he overheard two guys talking about a new Kangchi map on Dungeon Craft, an online multiplayer game where users create their own dungeons. One of them was joyfully exclaiming how he hit first place as soon as he woke up that morning, raving about how insane and ridiculously hard the new map was. The other dude replied that he had already told him, Kangchi isn't human. How else could he get first place so quickly every single time a new map drops? He even bet Kangchi was using a bot or something, because otherwise, it just didn't make sense. Overhearing all this, Kangchi's friend, who was sitting beside him, repeated the accusation with a laugh. You use a bot? Then suddenly got annoyed and asked, why do you eat all the time in the game club when you're earning crazy money? Kangchi, delighted, exclaimed that the food here was just too good and warned him to get ready. He just hit first place again. His friend, looking bothered, asked if Kangchi thought getting first was just a given for him now, as if he really were a bot. Kangchi thought to himself that their talk about AI bots wasn't entirely wrong. In the world of Dungeon Craft, especially when it came to creating maps, there was truth in it. The two friends then said their goodbyes, hoping to see each other again tomorrow. As they parted ways, Kangchi's friend reminded him to treat him sometime, with that fat wallet of his. Kangchi just smiled and agreed. On his way back, Kangchi reflected on why he was so obsessed with the game. If anyone ever asked, he'd say it's because in the real world, there's nothing he can control. But in games, everything's possible. Even the inefficient telephone poles on the street, things he couldn't move in real life, he could reshape or delete in-game with a single click. He was so deep in thought that he didn't realize a truck was speeding toward him. Even then, all he could think was how unfortunate it was that real-life objects, like a truck, couldn't just be deleted when they got in the way. Suddenly, the truck driver slammed the brakes. Kangchi, snapping out of it, joked, I really thought I was about to get isekai'd or something. The truck driver yelled at him, asking if he was trying to die by being so careless. Kangchi pointed to the pedestrian light. It's green now. The driver blinked in surprise. When did that change? As Kangchi walked away, he wondered, if only he could change things in real life as easily as he could in a game. Then maybe he could create the world he truly wanted. Still lost in his thoughts, he noticed a crane dangerously close to a little girl. Panic hit him as he rushed to rescue her. As I am now, he thought, the only thing I can control is my body. He pushed the girl out of harm's way, but the crane hit him instead. As the pain set in, he sighed inwardly. After all, this is reality. But then, something shifted. He began to question, where am I? It was so dark, like a black hole. Am I not dead yet? Suddenly, a fiery being appeared before him. How is the hell of oblivion? It asked. Now, it's time for you to face reality. Kangchi blinked. Who are you? What's the hell of oblivion? Death, the being replied, is merely a path to reincarnation. Still confused, Kangchi asked what he meant. I'll give you a chance to recall your memories, it offered. Frustrated, Kangchi yelled, can you just explain things in a way that actually makes sense? The being looked at him and proclaimed, Oh, oblivious one, open thy eyes. Scared, Kangchi shouted, what are you doing? Then suddenly, Kangchi found himself inside a castle. Memories began to flood back. He wasn't dead. Wait, am I really getting isekai'd, just like in anime? He tried to deny it, but everything felt so real. It wasn't a dream. He looked around. He was inside some ancient castle. Where am I? Who am I? Before he could answer, a sudden sharp pain hit his back. A woman's voice cut through the air. Do you think you'll die from just that? Kangchi dropped to his knees, coughing up blood. He'd been pierced through the sternum. What was that for? He shouted. The woman mocked him. What do you mean? I did it because I hate you, obviously. I'm trying to get rid of you. Kangchi, stunned, wondered if she was really trying to kill him. She raised her weapon to strike again, but another figure appeared and blocked her path. Now, Keldara, the man said mockingly. You shouldn't treat your brother like that. Kangchi blinked. Brother! The man offered him a drink, sighing. She bullied you again, huh? Assuming it was a potion, Kangchi took a sip, but immediately spat it out, coughing and grabbing his throat from the burning sensation. Keldara raised a brow. You drank it just like that? Unbothered, she asked if he thought he was going to die from it. The man, Tarmi, chuckled and said, maybe not. Though it does seem like he's in pain. Guess this recipe's a failure too. Kangchi groaned inwardly. Why am I going through this? Just then, a terrifying announcement rang out. The Demon King, Hel Khaldun, is back from his hero hunt. He heard Keldara call the Demon King, Dad. Kangchi froze. Wait, that means Hel Khaldun entered with fury. What is all this vile noise I'm hearing? As Keldara tried to speak, Hel Khaldun grabbed both her and Tarme, lifting them in the air and strangling them. Silence! It's a disgrace to let the moans of the weak echo through the halls of the Demon King's castle. The two siblings gasped and apologized, begging for mercy. Kangchi realized the awful truth. If they're my siblings, then that means this guy is my father? Khaldun roared. There are only two sounds I wish to hear in this castle: the birth cry of a great demon and the scream of an honorable death. He threw them both to the floor, where they coughed and writhed. Kangchi, still on the ground, sighed deeply. So I've been reincarnated, and I ended up as his son? Seriously, out of everyone in the world, it had to be the Demon King. While sleeping, Kella recalled memories from his childhood, crying and sobbing as he complained to his mother about how Keldara had poked his eye with a fork and how Tarmi had once poisoned his food. His mother, with a devilish grin, calmly suggested, "Then pay them back, like a true demon would." Through his tears, young Kella admitted he was scared, that if he retaliated, Keldara and Tarm might kill him. "Then kill them first before they kill you," she said, without a hint of hesitation. Kella looked up at her, eyes wide in shock, tears still running down his cheeks. She continued, her voice calm and chilling. "Your father became the great Demon King by killing 12 of his own brothers. That's the kind of world we live in. If someone's trying to kill you, then you kill them first." And then, without warning, she plunged a dagger into his shoulder, one she had hidden behind her back. As he cried out in pain, she leaned in close. "Now, you understand, don't you? This is what it means to be a demon." Kella woke up drenched in sweat, gasping for air. He stared at his hands, slowly realizing these memories weren't his. They belonged to the body he was now inhabiting. He had reincarnated as Kella Khaldun, the son of the Demon King. His wounds were completely healed. Kella marveled at his body's regenerative abilities. He really wasn't human anymore. His personal assistant, Rin, stood beside him. "You slept for quite a while this time," she said softly. "It's nearly time for the family meal. You should get ready." Kella nodded. "Okay." Rin handed him an outfit. "Wear this for the gathering." He groaned. "My brother's servant dresses him. Why don't you do the same?" She grinned and threw it back at him. "Then maybe you should dress me too." Flushed, Kella quickly backed off. Never mind. I'll do it myself." As he clutched his blanket, Rin pointed and said, "Oh, and today's task is cleaning the blanket." "That's your job," he snapped. But when he looked up, he realized she had disappeared and left a doll behind on the bed. He sighed. How could Kella, the Demon King's son, let himself be bullied by his own servant? The truth was clear. Kella had always been helplessly pushed around, and now, reincarnated into this life, nothing had changed. Weakness in this world meant death. As Kella stepped into the dining hall, his father's voice thundered, "You're late!" The sheer pressure of Khaldun's presence was enough to make anyone freeze. No wonder he's the Demon King, Kella thought, bowing his head. "I apologize." Without warning, Keldara hurled a dagger under the table, stabbing Kella in the leg. He winced in pain. "Eat more," Seldara said with a mocking smile. "You look weak." Kella clenched his fists beneath the table. "If they find out who I really am, it's over." Trying to stay composed, he replied calmly, "Thanks for the advice." When he took his first sip of soup, he nearly gagged. "Is this food or poison?" "It was specially made for you," Seldara said. "Do you like it?" He forced a tight smile and nodded. "These demons aren't a family. They're monsters. But I won't let them push me around anymore." He had always wanted to achieve something, on his own. In the game world, he had done just that, becoming the strongest map designer. But in real life, he'd never been able to. Not this time. He stood up suddenly, splashing the soup across the table, right at Seldara. "Why don't you get a taste of the soup Tarmi made?" Then gritting his teeth, he pulled the dagger from his leg and hurled it toward Tarme. "And here's your present." Breathing heavily, Kella turned toward his father. "Why do demons even pretend to have happy family meals together? We should just eat alone from now on. Let's see who survives in the end." After storming out of the dining hall, Kella felt strangely alive. Sure, he'd been beaten half to death afterward, but he healed quickly. The foreign strength inside him. Was this his demon blood? He really was the Demon King's son. Rin approached, looking concerned. "It's almost time for your lesson on demonic power. You should hurry." Kella scoffed. "Stop ordering me around for once." Rin blinked in shock. Was this the same timid Kella from before? He headed to the training hall, remembering from Kella's memories just how awful these lessons were. But there was no point in avoiding it. When he arrived, someone informed him, "Lady Seldara and Lord Tarm won't be joining us today." Kella looked around and recognized the other students. Ah, these are the ones who bullied Kella. Over and over again. One of them stepped up and tried to slap him. Kella reacted too late. The guy hit him hard across the face. "You think that'll work on me?" he sneered. Kella fell to the ground, dazed. The others around him began to laugh. These are the true demons, Kella realized. They bullied the old Kella like it was a sport. Soon, Seldara arrived. Don't go easy on him, she said coolly while I show him. There's no need to hold back. Show him your true strength. With pleasure, one of the boys grinned. Let's get started. Kella, tears in his eyes, begged, please, stop. I don't want to fight. He kept begging, the pain swelling inside him, not just physical, but emotional. Kella wasn't weak, he thought. He just had a soft heart. But now everything is different. This time, I'll use my strength properly. The training ground buzzed with quiet anticipation. Now, shall we get started? The instructor announced, clapping his hands. Who was sparring during the last class? A sheepish voice rose. Kella and I were, then quickly corrected himself with a nervous laugh. I should have said, Sir, Kella. But, oh, sorry. Kella clenched his jaw, grinding his teeth, muttering, this son of a... under his breath. The instructor, oblivious or pretending to be, simply nodded, suggesting, let's do the second spar. Rude, replied, stepping forward confidently. Are you ready? A snarky whisper from the sidelines made the rounds, mockingly saying, it looks like young Master Kella will get beat to near death today as well. Another voice chimed in mockingly, requesting, rude, go easy. The young master will cry again if he doesn't. Kella's fists tightened. He hissed, trying to stay calm. His inner voice echoed, heavy with memory and resolve. He thinks that Kella and him are similar in many ways. Even in his past life, he didn't have money or strength, and everybody looked down on him. But that's all in the past. Suddenly the air shifted. Whispers turned to gasps. Someone exclaimed, wait, what? What is that? Voices echoed in shock. Does Kella have that much mana? What is that mana? Is that real? The crowd staggered as the pressure thickened. Heek! I can't move because of the pressure, a trainee cried, trembling. Kella raised his hand slowly, expression calm, announcing, today, I will go easy. In the next instant, Rude was sent flying. A stunned silence fell over the group. What? Someone breathed. Rude wasn't able to react at all. Did he die? A low, painful groan followed. Kella stepped forward, towering over his fallen opponent. What did you say earlier? How dare you talk to the son of the Demon King that way? He asked coldly. The fear in Rude's voice was palpable. Please, forgive me, he begged. Kella's voice was a blade, advising, don't make mistakes in front of me again, or you will die. Whispers rippled through the crowd. How did that happen? That's definitely that loser, Kella. The teacher hesitated, but Kella turned toward him sharply, voice calm but charged. Yes? The instructor stammered. Should we continue class? Kella inquired. Shall we? The teacher squeaked. From the sidelines, murmurs grew louder. Rin exclaims, Sir, Kella is definitely weird. In Hel Khulduun's castle, the atmosphere was different, thicker, tenser. Caldera screamed, I can't forgive him. That bastard dares to throw poison soup at my face? Calm down, Tarme countered, his voice calm. Focus on your treatment. You don't have Kella's scary regeneration. Caldera gritted her teeth, exclaiming, that's also weird. Why is he the only one with such regeneration powers? It looks like Kella has gone through a change. He recalled Kella's angry announcement. Dinner's to be eaten separately from now on. This time, Tarme, in a quiet voice, more reflective than angry, slipped in. Even if it was only for a moment, Father, smiled. The first time in our lives. Caldera screamed in disbelief. To think Father would smile for something like Kella. Tarme nodded, troubled. Yeah, that isn't normal. So, what do you want to say? Caldera asked. With a slight smirk, Tarme suggested, I know you'd probably rather die than join hands with me, but what if we stop our fight for a bit and take care of Kella together? She stared, then let out a dry laugh. That's not a bad idea, she agreed. Her voice turned venomous. Let's kill Kella first, before he manages to catch Father's eye again. An old portrait loomed. Now, this is the previous Demon King, Turk Khulduun, the instructor said, looking up with awe. Kella thought, he looks so demonic. Sir Turk was stronger than anyone else at the time, the instructor continued. He only passed away due to a cowardly scheme concocted by the Heaven Guild. Since then, opportunistic guilds have been gathering near our kingdom. Kella's thoughts were weighed down with rage. The guilds surrounding the Demon Kingdom, they were instilled in his memory. He clenched his fists tightly. Because of these guild bastards, he can't even escape the castle. To think he has to live here forever. Damn. His expression shifted, more determined now. With the large Heaven Guild as their foundation, those bastards are preparing to attack this kingdom, the instructor urged. Therefore, in order to help King Hel wipe them out, you have to pour your hearts into combat class. Yes, for the honor of the demons, the others shouted. But Kella's mind was elsewhere. He needed to find a way out of here. If he stays here, he might die at any time. He turned to Rin. Is father going out in 3 days? He asked. She nodded. Yes, that's correct. He leaned in slightly, eyes sharp. Do you know this castle has one weakness? He asked. She blinked, startled. So, suddenly, he continued without pause. There's no architect who can help use the terrain for battle. Those guild bastards are using the neglected territories around us to attack. He looked out the window, determination etched on his face. So I will use the time before his next expedition to map out this entire area, for father to destroy every last one of them. I will help him. He stepped forward. Let's prepare to escape for real. Kella confidently exclaims, it's time to officially begin escaping. This is different from reality. That means he can create the map however he wants. He asks Rin to create a secret office in the castle basement right now. She confusedly asks again, pardon? An office? He clarifies that he needs a space to secretly work without father knowing. On the other side, Tarmi, alone in his space, was kind of cursing Kella, that he can't escape his eyes and before it's too late, he needs to confirm it. Rin takes Kella to the office she created. It was all empty and not really looking like an office. Kella asks her, Shu, what is that? Rin clarifies that it's an office he ordered. Kella, all frustrated, asks, what kind of office is this for the great king's son? She clarifies that because she had to do it in secret, this was all she could do. Kella shouts at her, telling her to do it properly. I periodically have to treat her fiercely. Rin realizes he's scary. He's not the same Kella I used to know, but he's got cooler. Should I work here? Kella asks her what she's staring at while ordering her to get him a cup of coffee. She runs off, nodding. Yes, sir. This Demon King castle has no hopes or dreams. Now it's time to create my map. Rin, being confused, repeatedly murmurs, coffee, coffee, coffee. What's coffee? Soon Khaldun arrives, questioning her. What are you doing in the basement without Kella? She greets the Demon King. He asks her, where is Kella right now? She was about to answer, panicking, but she recalls Kella asking her to keep it a secret. Kella, in the secret room, was analyzing the map, thinking, this is fun. I guess I was lucky. This world was pretty similar to the game, and I have the most fun when making maps. He was so busy in his thoughts when Hel Khaldun barged in, yelling, I can't believe Kella created a secret office without reporting to me. Kella wonders, how did Hel got to him so fast? Kook! Khaldun hits him. He starts speaking. If you want to kill me, don't do it hiding like a coward, and just come for me. Kella tries to clarify, speaking, but the scale of this pain is different. Is this the power of the great Demon King? I'm really gonna die. But he gathers the strength to spill out the words from his mouth, begging his father to look at the thing placed in front of him. His father asks, what am I looking at? Kella explains, the outskirts of this castle are too disadvantageous for our battles against the guilds. If we change the geography, like I've drawn, it'll be a help in the coming battles. But Khaldun, being confused, asks him, why did you secretly create an office? Kella clarifies, if I said I were to impudently help you, you wouldn't let me. That's why. I wanted to show you this after completing it. As the son of the great Demon King, I want to be of help in exterminating heaven. Khaldun wonders, does he want to die saying that kind of stuff to the great Demon King? He asks her, how long does he expect it to take? He asks him again, how many days does he think it'll take to complete his map? Kella, excitedly, as if he won victory already, exclaims, 5 is enough, acknowledging that even hell can understand my map. But on hearing 5 days, component placement, he informs Kella that heaven's reassembling is in 3 days, and so his map will be useless by then. But Kella clarifies, it's not 5 days, I can complete it in 5 hours, and in 3 days, we can complete construction before the upcoming battle with heaven. So he asks him to let me be in command of the plan. He appreciates him, and advises him to try to complete his map. But if he's just all talk, he will rip him to shreds along with that map of his. He assures him that he will, and proudly appreciates himself. I did it. But wonders, blah, that demon. Was he planning to kill me, his own son, if I had no use? Rin looks at him in awe. He succeeded at convincing the great Demon King. Noticing Rin, he asks, what are you doing? And asks her to, don't just stand there and watch. Take me to the med room. She nods. Yes. He shares with her that, as he promised, he completed the map in 5 hours. On the other side, the Demon King Castle's forces gathered, and began extensive construction. The mages set up illusion magic outside of the construction area and transformed the geography so they wouldn't notice. As if his new map was being created like in the game, everything went according to Kella's plan. In the Heaven Guild assembly place, they ask, "They're transforming the surrounding terrain?" The guy says, "I have discovered that they were deceiving us with illusion magic." He asks, "What were they up to? Should we attack and stop them?" The chief denies, saying, "Doing that is useless when it's this late. In 3 days, the strongest squad formed in Talua, Talcon, is coming." Talua started forming Talcon, their strongest squad, dozens of years ago. And now that elite squad is finally complete. They can't beat the strongest elite squad that was prepared over dozens of years ago in a mere 3 days. The great Demon King Hell will be defeated. Everyone, have strength. In 2 days, we will reach the Demon King Castle. In the name of Talcon, the generation of the great Demon King, which has lasted for thousands of years, will finally be over. He urges them to burn the Demon King Castle down. Onwards. General Killman's leadership is incredible, the voices echo. Commander Sreels, we'll succeed in hunting the Demon King down, right? Yes. We, the Talcon Squad, are different from the other guilds. We will make sure the great Demon King is dead. Khaldun was sitting on his throne, realizing Kella wasn't bluffing about the map. Although he had to admit it's not perfect, but his body has reached its limits. So he can't be acting picky, and tomorrow is finally the day he'll settle things with Heaven. Arrangements were being made for the battle, as the instructor yells, "There's not enough time." Ordering, "Move the bricks quickly, move faster." Kella was standing with Rin across the window, watching everything, exclaiming, "It's progressing as planned." But it feels different compared to making a map in the game. And to think he can actually change the land as he pleases. He just needs to wait for the battle between Hell and Heaven. And tomorrow is the big day. On the next day, the day of the battle, the voices start echoing, "Hooray! Talcon is here. Talcon, the strongest squad. Hooray, Talcon," and thanking them for coming all this way. The Talcon squad says they are ready to go defeat the Demon King. Both squads agree to go to the Demon King's castle immediately, hyping each other up to go and bring victory to Talua. Rah! As they were suggesting all this, they were under attack. They realized it's a surprise attack, ordering everyone, defensive formation, and to get away. They were jolted upon feeling Hell Khaldun's presence, guessing, how is he here? Back to Khaldun's and Kella's discussion, Kella told him that he had removed the barrier that focuses Heaven's surveillance magic on them. Now Khaldun will be able to use teleportation with them watching him. Khaldun thinks about teleportation into Heaven's base. Caldera tries to stop him by inquiring, "Are you really trying to teleport into the enemy's base?" Suggesting, "It's too dangerous." Khaldun angrily asks, "Are you doubting the power of the Demon King?" She denies, saying, "It's not that, but you haven't fully recovered." Khaldun silences them, declaring, "I will make the final decision, and tomorrow I start in the middle of Heaven's base." Back in the battlefield, Hell Khaldun yells, "I will kill every single one of them." The Talcon squad leader screams, "They caught us off guard, but we will make sure they regret coming here," while ordering the squad to commence full attack. Kella announces, "I have gathered all the forces." Now, all the preparations are complete, and orders everyone to take charge. The Talcon forces realize that the Demon Castle's forces are charging at them. They're coming from underground, and that they were being ambushed by the demons. He advises the forces to stop Hell's forces from reaching Heaven. Kella thinks, wondering, everything is going according to plan. When Seldera and Tarmi approach him, saying that they don't know what made him do such a thing, but it won't go as he planned, exclaiming that unfortunately, they wouldn't have done this if he hasn't crossed the line. He yells their names, grinding his teeth. "Caldera!" Tarmi stabs him, telling him to die as there is no place for him here. Ah! Seldera chops his head off, exclaiming, "Even his insane recovery rate is nothing if she cut off his head." And then smirks, laughing, KKK! KKKKK! Leaving Kella to wonder, this is how it ends. It finally seemed over. Kella collapsed to the ground, blood pooling around him, his breath shallow and rattling. His words trembled through the air like a final whisper. So this is how it ends. Tarmi and Caldera stood over his fallen body, bruised and bloodied but triumphant. After what felt like an endless battle, they had finally severed Kella's head. But the moment of relief shattered as a sudden force sliced through the air. Tarmi barely turned before pain surged through his side. Caldera had struck again, his weak spot found in an instant. Tarme gasped in horror. Tarme's quick instincts kicked in, but his eyes widened in disbelief. The weapon in Seldera's hand wasn't just any dagger, it was their mother's sacred blade, one they were strictly forbidden to use. A weapon wrapped in a taboo, cursed with immense mana. "We're demons," Seldera growled, unfazed by the rules. "Who cares about what's forbidden? Weapons are made to be used." Crisp rage and betrayal cut through Tarm. Are you even hearing yourself?" But Seldera had made up his mind. Her gaze turned cold and calculating. If he could kill Tarm here, he'd be the only heir, the last one standing. Tarm, consumed by fury, lunged at him, but Seldera smirked. "The moment you were stabbed by this knife, it was already over." Somewhere in the distance, a soldier from heaven watched the brothers' savagery unfold and muttered with horror, "They're exactly the kind of demons we were warned about." Meanwhile, the demon forces pushed toward the secret pathway, planning to flank Heaven's defenses. But their hopes crumbled when Heaven's troops met them head-on, already prepared. "You foolish demons!" a commander shouted. "We already know your every move." Panic surged through the ranks, but the demon general rallied them. "It doesn't matter. Fight! For the honor of our kind, there's no turning back." Suddenly, a massive wave of scorching fire swept the battlefield, a dragon's breath, shaking the skies and burning through formations. Screams rang out. Philly, a key fighter, was struck down in an instant. "Unleash everything we've got!" a demon captain roared. They did. Magic, blades, curses, all hurled at the monstrous silhouette. For a moment, it seemed like they'd succeeded. But the dust cleared, and the figure still stood, unmoved. He had transformed. Horrified gasps followed. They recognized the form, grotesque, towering, laced in darkness. It was exactly as the old records described, the Demon King's final form. Terror gripped the soldiers. Some could no longer move. Even the commander felt his body betray him, unable to stop trembling. This was the flaw in Kella's plan, the Demon King thought to himself. We could bring all our strength into Heaven's core, but we had no way back. But as Demon King, I couldn't afford to point that out. There's no use in retreat. Perhaps Kella knew this too, but it doesn't matter. What matters is, I kill them all, right here. With fury and divine destruction swelling within him, the Demon King prepared to end everything. Elsewhere, in a dark chamber, Kella sat slumped, blood soaking through his robes. "Please, just let this work." Tarma wrinkled her nose. "Ugh, disgusting. When are you going to get used to this?" "Just hurry and attach it," Kella grunted through pain. As she reluctantly complied, she asked, "Is it working?" "Good," he said, voice steadying. "Now let's try the head." Tarm stared at him, horrified. "Your head? Are you insane?" "We need to know if it'll work. I think it might." I'm not doing that," Kella sighed. "Fine. Enough testing for now. Go. Find Seldera's servant. Tell them exactly what I told you. Make it sound natural." Later that night, a servant stumbled into Caldera's camp, pale and frantic. I must warn you. Kella's planning to kill young Master Seldera during the battle." "What?" "He's going to strike while the Demon King is fighting Heaven. That's when he'll do it." The guards were stunned. The betrayal ran deeper than they'd expected. "I think," the servant added hesitantly, "this could be Caldera's chance to kill Kella first. Slice off his head. That'll end him, no matter how fast he heals." Back on the battlefield, as the skies darkened with ash and magic, Seldera trembled. "It all went according to your insane plan," he thought bitterly, staring at Kella's fallen form. "But it means nothing if you die here, you idiot." A faint laugh cut through the air. "Who are you calling an idiot?" Rin turned sharply. Kella." Kella stood barely. Blood coated his body, but he was alive. "I really thought I was going to die," he murmured. "I think being cut by a mana-infused dagger slows my recovery, but I survived." He looked up, smiling through the pain. "It's all still going according to plan, but it doesn't matter, because I survived," Kella muttered, blood still dripping from the edges of his lips. He smiled weakly, yet with a defiant glint in his eyes. "It's all still going according to my plan." A cry of overwhelming relief echoed behind him. "Master Kella! I really thought you died!" Kella flinched at the sound. What the hell? See, stop shouting like that. I survived, okay? So I'm leaving now." He turned sharply to walk away, but then paused. "Ah!" He took a deep breath, bloodied fingers clenched into a loose fist. "At this moment, I, Kella Khaldun, hereby dissolve the contract between myself and Rin. From now on, you're free." The silence that followed was thicker than any fog. Rin stared at him, eyes wide and shining. "Master, Kella." He didn't turn around this time. "The contract is gone. Now live the life you want to live." Then, her voice rose, fierce, desperate. resolute. Kella stiffened. Take me with you, Master Kella. His head snapped toward her, irritated. Why? Don't follow me. No, she shouted. I'm going with you. You'll just get in the way, damn it. Elsewhere, a trembling soldier of heaven fell to his knees, eyes fixed on the distance where Helkalden, the demon king, still stood. That monster! How is he still standing in that condition? The great demon himself! The soldier's voice cracked. Damn it! It's hopeless. No matter who it is, no human can stop this disaster. Bodies lay across the battlefield like broken dolls. Heaven's soldiers were nearly wiped out. The demon army had suffered the same fate. Caldera, Tarmi, Kella. They were nowhere to be seen, but one man stood alone. This was always my battle, the demon king muttered, closing his eyes. This is the last of my mana. Let it end. Right here. Far from the chaos, Kella moved swiftly, pushing through the shadows toward a hidden tunnel. I finally see the exit, he breathed, his body aching. Once I'm through, I'll be free. No more surveillance. No more contracts. But behind him... Wait! Master Kella! His blood froze. What? What is this? The air was thick with the scent of blood. A voice rang out. I knew I was smelling something. So you're here too, Helkalden. Trying to escape with your child, huh? Kella's eyes darted around. They knew! They knew about this hidden exit all along. He clenched his fists. Damn it! Heaven's soldiers emerged from the shadows, blocking the only way out. We can't let even a single family member of the Demon King survive. Kill him! Master! Rin cried out. Run! I'll hold them off! What? What the hell do you think you can do? I'm your servant, Master Kella. It's my duty to protect you. His mind reeled. Rin, you only know simple defensive spells, barely any attack magic. You're going to sacrifice yourself, just so I can get away? She turned to face the enemy, arms outstretched. Go, Master Kella! Hurry! Rin, you damn fool! What? What are you doing? He grabbed her and yanked her back behind him. If you're going to follow me, then don't you dare die in front of me. That would seriously piss me off. What? The enemy soldier sneered. You idiot, now you can't run either. They say even middle-class magic is enough to beat Kella, the weakest in the Demon King's castle. They charged forward. Master Kella never showed his true powers. You fools know nothing, Rin screamed, but the soldiers laughed. He's timid, he's useless, he doesn't even have combat mana. They lunged, and in the next instant, they were thrown back. What? That mana pressure? Kella stood tall, shadows rippling around him, his aura now fully unleashed. I suppose everything you knew about me was wrong, he said coldly. The Heaven Mage staggered backward. I thought your mana was low tier. Is that so? Guess you need to update your sources, Kella replied flatly. Light spear spell, one of the soldiers yelled. Use the light spear spell, all mana in one shot. No, Master, get back! A burst of light exploded, crashing down on them. Rin's scream echoed. Master! Kella grunted, body jolting. I can't move! He collapsed to one knee. Rin crawled toward him, tears streaming. Master, I'm sorry. I couldn't protect you. We did it, one of the soldiers yelled. The spell landed. This is the end. Another leered at Rin, grinning. Wait, after all this trouble, shouldn't we get a little reward? Yeah, the other said with a smirk. She looks like fun. You disgusting scumbags, Rin hissed. I know what you people have done to us demons. Shut up, the soldier snapped. I'll deal with you later. Another voice sneered. So even humans in this world treat others like trash, huh? The leader raised his hand. But first, let's kill the Demon King's little baby. Kella's vision blurred. Damn it, the exit is right there. I was almost free, and now I'm going to die like this? The spear of light soared toward him, but then, the earth trembled, the air crackled, a strange feeling surged through the space, dark, ancient, furious. Kella's eyes widened. What is this feeling? Something's coming. Panic twisted in his chest as he turned toward the source, barely able to whisper a plea for help. Was it already over? Had the battle ended so soon? Was his carefully laid plan falling apart right before his eyes? He stumbled back, body tense, when suddenly, Helkalden appeared. Bloodied, battered, and impossibly alive, the Demon King stood before him with a calm that defied death itself. Kella's breath caught in his throat. What? How? Hel's voice was low, almost tired, but steady. He told Kella that he had fought countless times and considered every possible future. And in those endless possibilities, he had found only one answer. Caldera, though strong, cared nothing for her kin. Tarma, skilled as she was, lacked any true desire for the crown. Neither could carry the future of the demon realm. But Kella, timid, overlooked, underestimated, Kella was different. Kella tried to protest, desperate to understand how Hell had arrived, why he was saying such things. Then, Hell said the words that stopped his heart. "A demon king," he said, "can pass his remaining mana to his bloodline at the moment of death." Kella shook his head in disbelief, the horror slowly dawning. No, he didn't want this. Hell was mistaken. This wasn't what he wanted, but Hell ignored the resistance. He had made his choice. With one final surge of will, Hell Khaldun extended his hand and unleashed the full remaining power of his soul, pouring every last drop of demonic mana into Kella. Kella cried out in shock. The mana surged through him like a tidal wave, crushing and overwhelming, the legacy of a king burning through his veins. Hell collapsed. The demon king, Hell Khaldun, was dead. Far away, soldiers paused in confusion. Then came the realization, and the cry rang out like wildfire. "The demon king is dead. Hell Khaldun has fallen. We've won." Cheers of victory erupted. General Killman had sacrificed his life for this moment, and to the enemy, it was a triumph. But inside the battlefield's heart, something far more terrifying was unfolding. The remnants of the light spear spell, once so powerful, were now breaking apart, dispersed by Kella's mana alone. The enemy stared in disbelief. Young Master Kella? Why had his mana spiked like this? Why was he still standing? Kella's mind reeled as he laughed, breathless, hollow. Hell was gone. But his plan had worked. Still, the battle wasn't over. The enemy scrambled, desperate to flee. One of them screamed that they were out of mana. They had to run. Kella's voice cut through the chaos, calm and cold. "Move, Rin." He could feel it now. An abyss of power inside him, dark and bottomless. Hell's legacy, Hell's curse. It surged through his limbs, demanding to be used. The humans recoiled in fear, calling him a demon. Kella stared them down. "You called her a demon earlier, but look at yourselves." He unleashed the power. Screams followed, but even this strength came with a price. His body trembled. He wasn't ready. His vessel couldn't contain this level of mana. He turned to Rin. "Can you still move?" She nodded, without hesitation. "Yes, young master." "Then let's go." The two of them fled the wreckage, running through ruined stone halls and smoke-choked corridors. Kella could barely think. Only one thought pulsed in his mind. Freedom. He was finally free. No longer a servant to the castle, no longer bound by expectations or fear. He laughed bitterly and wildly. "I can go wherever I want, live however I choose." And then he saw it. A glowing light, a spell circle, teleportation. His eyes widened. "What? Rin, take my hand." She didn't hesitate. The spell surged around them, and with a burst of light, they were gone. And when they opened their eyes, they were somewhere else entirely. A cold breeze brushed against Kella's face as his boots hit solid ground again. He blinked. Where are we?" Rin stumbled beside him, catching her breath, wide-eyed from the teleportation. "Master Kella, I didn't know you could use teleportation magic." But Kella shook his head. "It wasn't me." His voice was low, contemplative. "It's something Father set up, a kind of failsafe, an alarm spell, in case he died." And Hell had died. As the truth settled again in his heart, Kella looked down at his hands. The blood was gone. His skin was unscarred. His wounds, all of them, had healed. Rin was quick to understand. "We must have spent 3 days inside the teleportation space. He must have said it that way. So we could recover, if anything happened." Kella gave a quiet nod. So it was more than just a teleportation spell. It was healing, restoration, a father's final act of care for his son. A strange feeling pulled at Kella's chest. A tightness he didn't know how to name. "Guess he really was a parent," Rin murmured, almost in awe. "To prepare something like this for his children." Then her expression changed, serious, devoted. "So that means the Demon King is truly dead." Kella met her gaze. "That's right." His voice sharpened. "Exactly as I planned." Her next words hit harder than any spell. "Then now, please become the next Demon King." "What?" He blinked, startled. But Rin's eyes were shining with conviction. "I've seen the way you've changed, how you've grown. You're the one meant to be king. I'm sure of it. From now on, I'll serve you faithfully, until you ascend to the throne." Kella sighed, rubbing the bridge of his nose. She was clearly getting the wrong idea, but he did need help right now. Manpower was short. "Do as you please." That was all she needed. Suddenly, Rin's eyes widened. Her voice trembled. Wait! This place! This is our soul! Kella stiffened. Rin continued, voice almost panicked. This is the magic country, the one raised for the sole purpose of destroying demons. Just as she said that, far off in the town square, a voice rang out, loud and ceremonial. Demon King Hel Khaldun has perished. Let the light of Talua be eternal. Kella clenched his fists. Of all places, why had they been sent here? A land hostile to demons? If they were discovered, it wouldn't just be dangerous. It would be a death sentence. Transformation magic. Now, he ordered. Rin nodded, and with a shimmer of mana, their appearances shifted, their demonic traits sealed behind a human facade. Kella's mind raced. He needed information, fast. Rin, tell me everything you know about this place. She didn't hesitate. Arsul is a small island nation on the eastern border of Talua, she explained. Blessed by the sea-cryptid Watergore, they develop magic more naturally than any other land. Mages here are powerful, raised and trained from childhood. Their entire existence has revolved around opposing demons. And, she paused. They're one of Talua's core allies. Kella's jaw tightened. Why would Hel send him to the enemy's capital? Rin looked at him, confused. If you knew it was dangerous, why come to the capital of Arsal? Kella turned toward the city ahead, towers levitating on streams of mana, crystalline spires, floating bridges. Magic thrummed in the air like electricity. Running away needs preparation. If I'm going to shape this world to match my vision, I need magic. And in this land, everything, from the buildings to the food, runs on magic. If I can learn from here, I could build more than I ever could in a game. A soft growl broke his train of thought. Ah, stomach! Rin smiled. We should eat first. Soon they found themselves in a bustling market, lights glittering, food steaming in the cold air. This is Arsul's famous magic cuisine, a vendor declared. Kella took a cautious bite, and his eyes widened. It was good. Rin, however, lost control completely. Delicious! Let's try that one next. Oh, that one too. This one, and that. Kella watched her, expression blank. Maybe I should leave her here. Oh, let's also visit the magic bar. He sighed. Relax a little. Inside, the bar was packed, celebratory. Firelight danced off enchanted mugs. Cheers echoed. Drinks are on me, to celebrate the fall of the Demon King, a loud voice boomed. Order anything you want. The patrons roared. Yay, you're the best, Commander Shrills. The hope of Arsal. Hooray for Shrills, the greatest mage. Hooray for Shrills of Talcan, free drinks. Kella watched them, a strange emptiness tugging at him. Well, maybe taking a break isn't so bad. But just as he thought that, a new voice rose behind him, cold and curious. What an interesting couple we have here. Kella turned slowly, heart already beating faster. They were being watched. Even as the morning sun rose over the festival-lit city, Rin clutched her aching head, regret pulsing louder than the celebration drums from the night before. Her thoughts were a blur, stitched together by memories of too many drinks and too little sense. She had been the one to suggest it. Before her headache could settle, the streets exploded in noise. A shout rang out across the square, loud, urgent, trembling with disbelief. There's a new S-rank quest. Confused murmurs spread like wildfire. But that wasn't possible. The Demon King had already been slain. That quest had defined an entire generation. There couldn't be another S-rank mission. Could there? Rin stumbled toward the gathering crowd, Kella trailing behind her. His expression was unreadable, but tension clung to him like armor. And then they saw it. A freshly posted quest sheet at the board. Searing black ink on parchment, announcing something no one expected. Eliminate the surviving heir of the Demon King. Kella froze. The air seemed to vanish around him. His name wasn't on it, but it didn't need to be. Faces in the crowd turned slowly. Some pointed, some narrowed their eyes. It didn't take long for recognition to stir. A drunk hunter squinted and laughed. Isn't that the weakest of the Demon King's kids? Another shrugged carelessly. Yeah, this won't even be a challenge. They were talking about him. Kella, the boy who was supposed to be dead. The boy whose life had been hidden behind layers of magic, escape, and exile. He felt it then, the weight of every gaze sharpening into a blade. He grabbed Rin's wrist, low and quick. We leave. Now. She blinked but nodded. Her usual fluster vanished in the cold edge of survival. Yes, young Master what do I call you in public? A pause. His eyes like ice flicked to hers. Chi Wu. Call me Chi Wu. That sounds like a soup, she muttered. but he was already moving. Kella and Rin kept their heads low, moving through back alleys like shadows. Every step was deliberate, every breath shallow. "We need to leave the city," Kella muttered, scanning faces around them. "Now." Rin nodded again, but something caught her attention. A familiar voice. Software. Playful. "You two, you smell strange." They froze. Shrills. She stood beside them now, hands folded behind her back, eyes like the sky before lightning. Did she know? Had she figured it out already? But then she smiled, all warmth and teasing charm. "You must be travelers who haven't bathed in a while. Want to come to my place? I have drinks and a hot spring." Both Rin and Kella exhaled at once. Safe, for now. Her home was strange and beautiful. The warmth of steam filled the air, laced with the scent of herbs and something otherworldly. Kella let himself breathe for the first time that day. Tea steamed beside him. Magic-enhanced snacks rested nearby. Rin, half submerged in the spring, seemed dazed. "This is kind of like a dream," she thought, "like I've fallen into a game world. Maybe this isekai thing isn't so bad." But her peace didn't last long. Shrills turned to her, still smiling, but with something new behind her gaze. "Why are you so nervous, Rin?" she asked casually. "Someone might think you're a demon in disguise." Rin froze. Her eyes darted. Her heart kicked in her chest. Shrills leaned forward. "Don't worry, I'll help you relax." She raised her hand, releasing a misty scent into the air, gentle, soft, and holy. Rin choked on a gasp. The holy element? Panic surged through her as the scent began to strip away her disguise spell, dissolving the magic that protected her. Mana drained from her limbs. Her body trembled. She turned toward Kella with desperation in her voice. "Whoop! Help me, young Master Kella!" Rin couldn't believe the words coming from Shriel's mouth. She had heard them 1,000 times, but they never became easier to digest. "I thought once the Demon King died, all of this, all my suffering would end." Her voice was low, the weight of her words like an anchor sinking into the sea. It was a sentiment she repeated often, but today, it struck differently, like a quiet admission of defeat. She stared at her patience thinning. "Stop talking so much. I don't want to hear it. I need to leave." To escape the suffocating pressure of being in a place that felt too dangerous, too close to the edge. Rin, caught in the middle of his confession, only sighed. But Rin couldn't care less. Not right now. With an exaggerated groan, she turned sharply. "Pwah! I need to use the restroom. See you!" Shrills watched her disappear, feeling the weight of her irritation tugging at him. She hadn't heard a word. She let out a chuckle, though it felt more like a sigh than anything else. "She must have not liked the holy scent," she muttered, shaking his head. Rin's voice, anxious, broke the calm. "This is not the time to be leisurely enjoying a bath." Kella snapped his attention back, eyes sharp with concern. "My disguise spell was almost undone." His words only fueled her panic. The bathwater, though relaxing, was a trap they couldn't afford. "It's dangerous. If it's an advanced mage's magic, demons lose their mana. Their disguise can be shattered." Rin's face turned pale. "Holy water? That could have been really bad." He nodded grimly. "Yeah, it was close." Shrills asked them if they are gonna leave, but they had promised her for a second round, but Rin exclaims that they need to leave and they'd come some other time. However, she gets to Kella agreeing to second round, disclosing how she used food. Magic Rin's shoulders dropped as she groaned. Kella's eyes narrowed at the magic-infused meal before him. Magic food? He took a reluctant bite of the holy water-infused dish. "It feels like my body is burning." Rin's grin faltered as Kella visibly suffered. Shrill's thoughts returned to a time long ago, a life lived in the shadows of pain and sacrifice. She had joined the Talcon squad to kill the Demon King, every day a battle for survival. The scars, both physical and emotional, had been a constant reminder of that life. She joined the squad. She fought for this. Every test, every mission. She got this scar because she survived the test. She trailed off, but her words cut through the air like an open wound. Rin blinked, not noticing the scar earlier. Her voice softened. I didn't see it before." She half smiled, but it was a grim expression. "It's not pretty, is it? I don't show it. I don't want to look at it either. But it's there. This lack of an eye. It was magic hiding it. The pain is still raw every time I face it." Her pain was her alone, but in that moment, in those moments, she recalls a moment from Battlefield. A soldier's voice rang out. "Get up! You're alive, so get up! Think about the Demon King. We were created for this. We must endure the pain and kill him." Shrills gritted her teeth as the memories came rushing back, the old pain that never really faded. She sacrificed everything to kill the Demon King. "What did you all do in the meantime?" Her gaze was fierce as she looked at him, demanding something he couldn't even name. Sriel's getting closer to Kella, uplifting his shirt a little, looked down, seeing his skin was unmarked, smooth, because he must have scars too. He fought, he suffered, too. The words stung. Her life, her scars, were the price she had paid. What did they even know? The squad had been his family, but it wasn't enough. Not when they were all still lost. Before he could respond, Sril's hand brushed his arm, and that touch, so subtle, set his whole body on edge. Damn it! Her hand! He froze as his magic began to dissolve. Chiwu, you're a demon, aren't you? Her voice, quiet and knowing, dropped like a stone into the silence. Kella felt his chest tighten. Did she know? Was it too late? She leaned in closer, her lips curling into a smile. I knew all along. The room grew cold. Shril stepped back and gestured toward the others in the room. You're not here for us, are you? You're after Shril's. The realization hit like a thunderclap. She's a demon? Rin's words trembled as the truth came to light. Kella's heart pounded, but it wasn't from fear. It was her confession that set him off. I've been hiding it too long. I'm not just a mage. I'm the Demon King's daughter, Shril's Khaldun. Her admission tore through the air like a sickening wind. The tension snapped, and voices from all sides echoed, She's the one! Kill her! But Shril's only smiled, her mana surging, protecting them. You can't kill me, not yet. Her words burned with a venomous clarity. Get out of the way, young Master Chiwu! The others screamed. But Kella could only watch as the storm gathered around them. Rin's heart raced. Did she just protect us? Her thoughts scrambled for answers as Sriel's made her move. The truth was out, and the battle for survival had just begun. Surlis Khaldun stood before the group, the weight of her words sinking into the air like a stone. Her identity, revealed at last, left no room for doubt. My name is Surlis Khaldun, she began, her voice cold and firm, and I am the daughter of the Demon King, Hel Khaldun. Surlis continued, her voice unwavering. We don't have much time. I will show you the truth through memory transfer magic. In that instant, the atmosphere shifted. A faint glow surrounded her, and the world around them seemed to melt into the past. The memories of Surlis's life unfolded before their eyes. They saw her as a child, subjected to relentless experiments. Her life had been nothing but suffering, trapped in a never-ending cycle of pain. The other children born alongside her hadn't survived, leaving her to endure alone. The memories were stark, horrifying, and full of anguish. And then, the voice of her father, Hel Khaldun, echoed through her mind. My blood runs through your veins, which makes you my daughter, he had said. The group watched, stunned, as the memory unfolded. She had always known she was different, but this truth, this undeniable connection to the Demon King, left them speechless. I am the daughter of the Demon King? Surlis whispered to herself, her voice tinged with both awe and bitterness. Ever since I was born, I was one of many lab rats. Every day was hell. I endured pain after pain, but after all the others died, I thought I would die too. But you're telling me I'm the Demon King's daughter? Her voice faltered slightly, but she quickly regained control. It's an honor, my lord, she said, looking up at her father, the one who had made her what she was. The scene shifted. The young Surlis stood before her father, who had just bestowed her with a name. Your name shall be Surlis Khaldun. You will act as a spy and infiltrate heaven to deliver me their information. She nodded without hesitation. As you wish. If it's for my father, Hel Khaldun, I can do anything. The scene faded. Surlis stood before them, her gaze now darker, more resolved. I became a spy for my father, infiltrating Arsol, and eventually joining the elite Talkin squad. I endured everything, even rising to become one of their strongest mages. After 15 years, I finally had the chance to meet my father again, she explained, her voice softening for a brief moment. But I couldn't embrace him. I couldn't let my emotions show, not yet. My mission was clear. Use my magic to secretly hinder the Talkin squad and help my father kill General Killman. Once that was done, I would return to the castle by his side. But things didn't go as planned. Surlis's voice grew cold again, her eyes narrowing as she remembered the events that followed. The Demon King, my father, was killed by the hands of the human forces. His death shattered me, but I had no choice but to retreat to Talua as reinforcements had arrived. The people of the continent, including Talua, celebrated his death. The Demon King, dead for the first time in millennia. Her voice trembled with anger, but she quickly pushed it down. After that, I decided to retire. I returned to Arsol, where I had once started my mission. I thought, after everything, that I could begin anew. But I swore to avenge my father's death. I would start with Arsol. The weight of her words hung in the air as she glanced at the group, gauging their reactions. One of them, stunned, whispered in disbelief, "That's impossible. You're the daughter of the Demon King?" Surlis smirked, her eyes flashing with cold amusement. "Yes, and Arsol is a threat to the legacy of the Demon King. The longer we let it stand, the more dangerous it becomes for you all. Kella Khaldun, the last hope of the Demon King. Your time is running out." Kella, though still processing the shock of the revelation, understood the gravity of the situation. If they didn't act now, the future would be in jeopardy. Surlis's next words cut through the tension like a blade. "Everyone, use as much of your mana as possible. We can't afford to let anyone else take credit for this." The air shifted again, a dark energy coiling around them. Kella felt a familiar sensation, an overwhelming surge of power. A power she recognized instantly. "Father's power," she whispered, her voice filled with dread. That night, Arsol ceased to be a city. It became a battlefield drenched in fire and rage. It wasn't just a battle. It was a storm. It was punishment. A reckoning long overdue. To Rin, the scene was nothing short of a massacre, unrelenting, brutal, and swift. But for Surlis, this place had once meant something. Arsol had been like a second hometown to her. She knew its arteries, its soul, and more importantly, its weaknesses. She used that knowledge without hesitation. The heart of the city, the government strongholds, the prestigious magic academy, all of it fell beneath her ruthless precision. Every strike she made was surgical, personal. I followed in tandem, my power magnified by the forbidden mana Hell Khaldun had left me. My anger ran deeper than fire. With Hell's magic burning in my veins, I crushed the leaders and elites who until moments ago were drunk off the high of their festival celebrations. No mercy, no warnings, just justice. "Help!" they screamed as buildings burned around them, but there was no one left to help them. With our combined wrath, the mighty magical nation of Arsol was reduced to nothing more than rubble and flame. This can't be. The skyline was nothing but pillars of smoke. Fire consumed the towers, painting even the sky a burning orange. No, I can't believe it. Arsol can't fall this easily. You demons, I'll never forgive you. But they had it backwards. I was the one who couldn't forgive. I wasn't just attacking Arsol. This was only the beginning. Next would be the Talkin Squad, then the great empire of Talua. I'd tear them down one by one, for what they did to my father, for what they made me become. That much destruction? That's impossible. We stood among the ashes of what used to be power. Surlis turned to me. "Now we've helped each other enough. Let's split ways." But I should have known better. Her eyes narrowed, her expression sharp. "Wait," she said slowly, studying me. "Did you think I wouldn't recognize that mana?" My blood went cold. Your father's second son, aren't you? Kella Khaldun?" I said nothing for a moment, then exhaled. "Yeah." She blinked, stunned. Gasp. Really? Shit. Was she just guessing? "I was just suspicious," she confessed. "But now it makes sense. I'm not a daughter in the traditional sense either. I was made, created, using father's blood aura. I'm a mutant." Her voice softened, just slightly. "That's why I acknowledge you. You were born from him. I was made after. That means you're my older brother." "Not in the least," I said coldly. She didn't seem hurt. If anything, she was proud. "You want revenge for father, right? Then come with me." I looked away. I ran away from home. Revenge? Give me a break. But she pressed on. "You're not running. You are the last of father's bloodline, the last true heir to the Demon King." I didn't want this. I didn't want the legacy. But I had no choice. I saw Rin and the others silently pleading with their eyes. "Please, just say yes. She looks like she'll kill us if you say no." I sighed. "I'm going to get revenge, of course. I don't have much of a choice anymore." I stepped forward. "All right, let's go. Let's burn them down." She smiled. "Good." In truth, I still needed Arsol's magic. And Surlis. She knew this place like the back of her hand. If I could justify keeping her close using revenge as an excuse. That worked for me. But far away in the center of Talua, chaos was already brewing. I must report to Talua immediately. A message had reached the highest chambers. "Dear great king of Talus," the messenger began, "we've received an urgent dispatch from someone inside Arsol." "Urgent?" the king repeated. "What is it?" "It concerns Surlis of the Talkin Squad. She was revealed to be a demon. The mages of Arsol attempted to kill her. And then, Kella Khaldun appeared, the Demon King's son. He burned Arsol to the ground with her." Silence fell over the court like a hammer. "What? The Demon King's son? In Arsol?" The messenger nodded. "It seems he has a connection with Surlis." The The king's face darkened with rage. Surlis was a demon, and now Arsol has been raised by Kella Khaldun? If this news spreads, we'll be humiliated before the entire world. He roared. Find them! Kill Surlis and Kella before the world finds out. I don't care how. Just bring me their heads. If you fail, he added coldly, you'll forfeit your title and your life. A general stepped forward, dropping to one knee. I swear on my name, Hayden, to kill them. Hel Khaldun's cursed bloodline has haunted me long enough. I swear, I will burn every last drop of it from this world. Another voice entered the room. What of the Killian squad? The king demanded. They've received the orders, Your Majesty. I've commanded General Killian to return at once. Killian, our strongest knight, stronger than even Kilman. If anyone can kill Kella Khaldun, it's him. Somewhere else, in a colder, darker place, Killian stood over his brother's grave. So Kilman, my brother, he's dead? Yes, he sacrificed himself to kill the Demon King, a soldier confirmed. Killian's eyes remained fixed on the stone. So what? He was killed? By a demon? His hands tightened into fists. I don't care what Talua wants. I don't care about orders or politics. His voice dropped into something darker. The demons killed my brother. His eyes blazed. I will slaughter all demons on this continent, Killian murmured, his voice as sharp and cold as the blade he rested his fingers on, starting with Kella Khaldun. His oath fell like a guillotine. There was no room for mercy now, only resolve. In the dim glow of the campfire, the aroma of roasted meat wafted upward, thick and rich. Plates clattered softly in the still evening. Who's going to eat all this? Kella Khaldun asked, eyeing the overfilled plates with a raised brow. The feast looked more like a banquet for a battalion than a small squad of weary travelers. Don't eat if you're full, Surlis said, casually stabbing a grilled skewer. It's not even enough for me. Kella narrowed his eyes, almost amused. Do you have a secret for not gaining weight? She paused, then smirked. If it goes in and out quickly, you won't get fat. He stared blankly. I see. A miracle theory. Surlis giggled, cheeks slightly flushed. But behind her playful tone was a lingering worry, one that had sat heavy on her shoulders since they first met. Anyway, I'm glad you're not trying to kill me like Caldera and Tarma. Her voice quieted. I was afraid you'd be jealous because I'm part of the main bloodline. I mean, do you have anything against me, since I'm father's biological child? Kella glanced up from his food, expression unreadable. Of course, he said evenly, to the point where I want to kill you. A beat passed. Surlis looked down. As expected, she whispered. But then, Kella continued, his tone softening. However, because you carry the same blood as father, the man I loved and respected, I can't hate you. In fact, I feel the need to protect you. Surlis's breath caught. Unlike his other siblings who had lashed out at him with violence and scorn, she offered something new, something fragile. Trust. So from now on, she said, her voice trembling but firm, I'll put my life on the line to keep you alive. All right, he replied, caught off guard. Suddenly her face turned red. What? Why are you blushing? I'm not. You totally are. Sir Kella, eat mine too. You use so much mana. You need to eat more. I'm not hungry. I'll protect your health, she declared, pounding her fist into her chest. Me, I will, until I die. Kella raised a hand to calm her. All right, I get it. Just calm down. Later that night, Surlis furrowed her brow as she stared into the dark horizon. Arsel's situation, it'll be known to the other nations by now. A lot of demon hunters are going to start gathering. It's not safe here. We should find somewhere else to sleep. Kella shook his head. This is actually a great place to stay the night. She blinked. Here? He nodded. With just a little bit of effort, I'll make it an impenetrable fortress. And so, they began. Together they reshaped the land, forming ridges, collapsing terrain, cloaking their resting place in secrecy. A hidden sanctuary in the ruins of war. As they rested, Kella reflected on the cost of power. The more mana he used, the longer he needed to recover. Even the Demon King had rested after battle. Surlis, whose power exceeded even his, had collapsed in exhaustion. They needed time. The fortress bought them that. Far away, the royal court of Talua stood abuzz. The second squad has arrived, a scout cried. Talkin of White, it's Killian. The soldiers straightened at once. Murmurs spread like wildfire. Killian, younger brother of Kilman, Deed, Audria, Kalka, names that carried weight and war. The king rose from his throne. I welcome your return, my strongest squad. Killian gave a curt bow. Your Majesty. Captain Killian, you've become even stronger in such a short time, one courtier murmured. If General Kilman were alive to see this... Deed, Killian snapped, silencing him. Watch your mouth. Audrea laughed. Still loud as ever, I see. But Kalka's patience had worn thin. Must we wait for the king's orders? She hissed. Even if we killed Kella Khaldun now, I wouldn't be satisfied. There's something the king needs to see first, Killian said. He reached into his bag and pulled out a severed head. Gasps echoed through the chamber. The air thickened with tension. Gross, someone muttered. Shh, the mage curtly warned, stepping forward. Captain, I can use the bloodstains on this head to track others of the same blood. Killian's voice was ice. Do it. Let Hel Khaldun's dead eyes watch what we're about to do. Back at the fortress, Kella stood tall. Well, he said, cracking his knuckles. Now that we're rested, it's time to get those bastards. Talkin's second squad will be summoned soon, Surlis whispered. Second squad? He nodded solemnly. In truth, Talua never expected the first squad to succeed in killing the Demon King. We were the experiment. The real power, the true hope, was always the second squad. Talkin of White. Surlis's breath caught. Talkin of White? Killian's squad, Kella said. Kilman's younger brother. They're not just strong, they're combat geniuses. Then Hel, the man who killed father, he was weaker than them? Kella hesitated. I don't want to admit it, Surlis murmured, her arms folded tightly across her chest as they stood overlooking the distant horizon. Better in technique, coordination, everything. It's to the point I can't predict their limits anymore. Then how are we supposed to invade Talua? Surlis looked over, the wind tugging strands of hair across her face. The Talkin of White had gone into isolation for intensive training. That means they've likely just reconvened, if they haven't already, which makes this our only opening. We need to strike Talua down before they fully mobilize. Kella hesitated, staring at the distant land where Talua stood, like a giant among mountains. But Talua, it's far bigger than Arsul, stronger, more fortified. If we try to storm it now, we'll be throwing ourselves into certain death. Luck won't help us this time. His words hung in the air like a sentence they were too afraid to accept. Then, we don't attack. Surlis blinked. What do you mean? We regroup, Kella said, finding his voice again. We don't attack as just the three of us. That's suicide. What we need is an army. And not just that. We need a base, a stronghold, a foundation. Surlis raised a brow. An army? A base? Kella nodded slowly. Yes. An army that won't fall even against the might of the Talkin of White. And a base that won't crumble, even if Talua sends its full military to destroy us. We're going to build the strongest dungeon the world has ever seen. The idea took a moment to sink in, like a pebble dropped into a still lake. Surlis whispered, the strongest dungeon? Kella's tone sharpened with conviction. We can't fight battles we're not sure we can win. That's what got Father killed. If we follow that same path, we'll end up like him, glorified corpses. But if we build this dungeon, this fortress, we'll control the terrain. We'll become the storm instead of waiting for it. A moment passed. Then, oh! Surlis gasped, her eyes lighting up. You're not wrong. I wouldn't expect any less from Father's son. Kella gave a sheepish chuckle, rubbing the back of his neck. Honestly, I just made that up on the spot. But Surlis was already fired up. Then let's go! Let's gather our army! For our war! For our war! She shouted, bumping his knuckles. They were fired up, fueled by adrenaline, yes, but also by something deeper, a vision. And Kella smiled inwardly. Good, they bought it. Because in truth, this plan wasn't just about defeating Talua, it was about time. Buying time to create his own world. A place where no one would interrupt him again. A map he had drawn in childhood but never brought to life. A world that was his and his alone. Surlis, he asked, you said you knew some trustworthy demons, right? She nodded. Yeah, I know a few. Then we start with someone who understands terrain. A strategist. Someone who knows the lay of the land. I know just the demon, she said. Let's head east. As they traveled, Kella continued practicing Arsol's magic, channeling its energy through his fingertips as he walked. The spells were complex, layered with theory, ancient runes, and elemental control, but his blood was no ordinary blood. As the son of the Demon King, he could feel magic responding to him like it was returning home. His learning was faster than any tutor could explain. With every incantation that didn't burn his hands, every glyph that aligned perfectly with his will, he felt it. Progress, control, freedom. I'm learning and using magic with my own hands, and it feels like I'm carving the road to my future, brick by brick. 4 days later. We're close, Surlis said, stepping onto scorched, cracked earth. Kella looked around. Nothing grew here. The land was dry, lifeless, like it had bled out years ago. A demon lives in a place like this? He asked. It wasn't always like this, she said softly. Not until the Talkin ambushed this land. They razed everything. Suddenly she stopped, her eyes darting. Both of you, don't move, stay still. There was a tension in the air. Then, it snapped. From above the ridge came a scream. Stop right there, Talkin scum! Come to kill us again! I'll rip you apart! A burst of energy surged toward them, attacks from demons hidden among the rocks. Kella raised a hand, but Surlis held him back. He stared at her. Why are you just letting them attack? Say something. Quiet, she ordered calmly. He gritted his teeth but obeyed. The ground trembled as more demons emerged, surrounding them with raised weapons. Why aren't you fighting back, huh? One snarled. You don't even think we're worth the effort, is that it? Surlis stepped forward. I'm sorry, she said simply. I'll accept your rage until you're done. The demons froze. They knew that line, that posture, that stance. That's the symbolic gesture of earth demons. Only our clan knows it. As a fellow demon, she said, bowing her head, I offer my deepest apologies. You're a demon? But the last time, you were with the Talcan. Kella stepped forward, his voice like rolling thunder. It's true, she was with Talcan then, but today, she walks with me. And who are you? A voice spat. I am Kella Khaldun, the last living child of the Demon King, Hel Khaldun. Gasps echoed through the group. The demons felt it immediately. That presence, that aura. That's the Demon King's blood. One dropped to his knees. Ya young Master Kella? It's him! They fell to their knees one after the other. We, the earth demons of this region, offer our loyalty to His Highness, Kella Khaldun. Young Master Kella! Their voices rang out like a choir of hope rising from ashes. Kella stood still, absorbing it. The power, the reverence, the responsibility. Surlis looked over, her voice low-su. They recognize you as the rightful heir. He gazed at the demons, his voice soft but ironclad. Well, yeah. It might not be so hard to build our own army after all. And with that, the first brick of his perfect world was set in place. Whoa! It's the great Demon King's son, Kella Khaldun! A thunderous cheer erupted as the earth demons bowed in reverence. Dust kicked up from the ground as armored knees touched stone, claws pressed over hearts. Their chants echoed through the underground cavern. The earth demons greet the great Kella Khaldun! Kella stood atop the stone ridge, looking down at the crowd of earth demons, their eyes gleaming with renewed purpose. He wasn't used to this much adoration, not yet, but he accepted it. I'll prepare anything you need, son of the great Demon King, one of the elders declared, rising with trembling fervor. Just give me your orders. Surlis stepped beside Kella, arms crossed, proud. It's a different architectural method from the Demon King's castle or even Arsol, Kella mused, eyes tracing the massive network of stone halls, natural pillars, and glowing underground torches. To think they built something this sturdy using only natural materials. And no magic. This city is hidden beneath the surface, yet more organized than anything above ground. Its placement is flawless. If they hadn't shown it to us, I'd have never known it existed. You were right, Surlis, he said, nodding. We need the talent of the earth demons. Surlis smirked. Told you, and I haven't even shown you their ace yet. Ace? Kella turned to her. There's someone even more impressive? There's an excellent warrior you need to meet, someone who risked everything to protect this place. A memory returned like a shadow across the walls. Surlis's tone grew heavy. Back when the Talcan of White began their campaign toward the Demon King's castle, they stumbled across this city. A flash of flames, screams, smoke pouring from the earth. They saw demons living here, and they decided, without hesitation, that all of them should die. To think demons were hiding in such a place. I cannot allow a single demon to stay alive. Kill the filthy earth demons. Soldiers of Talua stormed the forest and set it ablaze under General Kilman's command. Trees that had once concealed the earth demon city burned to ash. Entire families perished. Those who had no combat skills, farmers, artisans, children, were slaughtered like vermin. The city teetered on the edge of extinction. Run! Someone had screamed back then. It's the soldiers of Talua! Help us! And then, a roar split the chaos. You evil bastards! A voice thundered, full of fury and honor. How dare you massacre people who can't even fight? You think this is war? This is cowardice! A lone figure stood at the front gates of the city, wielding nothing but an old battle axe. His frame was thick, armored in dust and blood, but his stance was unshakable. I will not let those without a warrior's pride harm even one more child. A demon who risked his life to protect the young. Surlis nodded. That was Douglas, son of the earth demons. The memory played on. "Warrior," one of the Talua captains had called out, lowering his weapon. "What is your name?" "I am Douglas," the warrior had declared, eyes burning like coals. "Son of the Earth Demons." The captain stared for a long moment. "Douglas, was it?" He raised his hand. "If only you had been born a human." "Everyone cease combat," the captain ordered. "We're leaving. We'll continue our journey to the Demon King's castle. Leave the Earth Demons be." Surlis smiled faintly. "His bravery saved this entire city." Kella blinked. "Douglas did that. Even his name sounds trustworthy." "A warrior like that would be more than I could have hoped for," Kella said. "I want to meet him." One of the elders hesitated. "But Lord Kella, Douglas is stubborn. He won't be easy to convince. You'd be better off finding someone else." "No," Kella replied firmly. "I will bring Douglas with me. Where is he?" Heavy silence followed. Eventually, a large earth demon with stone armor and a hard jaw approached. His presence silenced the entire hall. "I'm Douglas." Kella stepped forward. "Then obey me. Join us." Douglas crossed his arms. "You may be the son of the Demon King, but I am not obligated to follow you." Kella's eyes narrowed. "And what if I were to force you?" "Then I'll die fighting," Douglas said without flinching. The words struck the room like a blade drawn across glass. Kella took a slow breath. "Why are you so determined to remain here?" Douglas looked around. The cracked floors, the flickering torches, the carved walls holding centuries of memory. "I was born and raised in this land. It's my duty to protect it. I will not abandon my homeland." Kella looked at him for a long time. "You really are as stubborn as they say." "I apologize." Kella sighed, rubbing the bridge of his nose. "Just how many times do I have to pull? In the game, I tried so hard to recruit an orc ally like Douglas, but he always refused. I guess it's the same here." Still, Kella couldn't help but glance at the ceiling archways, the stonework, the natural airflow. This architecture really is efficient. If I could get someone like Douglas, someone who understands this world, it would be invaluable. Later that evening, laughter and the scent of roasted mushrooms filled the halls. The earth demons had begun drinking, and loudly. "This earth demon liquor is amazing!" Kella exclaimed, wide-eyed as the mug clinked in his hand. "Come try some!" one called out. "They're already drunk!" Surlis muttered, watching the chaos unfold. Kella hiccuped. "These damn drunkards! Do they even see me working hard to investigate?" He slammed the mug down. "Wait a second. Why can I taste yams?" One earth demon leaned in, confused. "What's a yams?" "Kella's going on about weird things again," Surlis laughed. "He's as drunk as a skunk." "Oh dear," the elder sighed. "You're all drunk already. Bring them to our best resting chambers." "Yes, sir." The earth demons lifted Kella and the others with reverence and stumbled down the hall. But not all was merry. In the shadows, a figure observed quietly, his eyes unreadable. Douglas. And beyond that, danger still stirred beneath the surface. As Kella slept off his yam beer haze, a whisper lingered in the dark. "Kella, you wuss. You will die here today. You will die here today." A sharp silence falls over the room. What was supposed to be a moment of rest turns into an ambush. Kella, surrounded and seemingly vulnerable, faces a brutal betrayal. But instead of fear, there's only steel in his gaze. How? The attackers hesitate, because Kella isn't the fool they thought he was. "Fine. With this, I'm certain," he says coldly. Kella had already suspected something was off. He had been quietly observing everything since arriving in the Earth Demon settlement. There were too many strange pieces, restraints being forged at the smithy that didn't match the physique of orcs. The strange wall with a barely noticeable magical barrier, so faint that only someone who had inherited the mana of the Demon King could even sense it. And most unsettling of all, Surlis had spoken of young dark elves being protected by Douglas. Yet Kella hadn't seen even a glimpse of a single child. Not one. That's when everything clicked. Douglas never said he wanted to protect the children. What he actually said was that he couldn't hand them over. It wasn't about compassion, it was about possession. You didn't care about saving them. You just didn't want them taken away from you. The entire village falls into stunned silence. Even the so-called noble warrior Douglas stammers, "Hehik, how did you?" With the deception fully exposed, Kella moves. "Now then," he says, "let's release that magic barrier, shall we?" He forces the hidden door open, and what he sees chills even someone with Demon King blood. Dozens of young dark elves, chained and imprisoned in a hidden chamber, barely clinging to life, malnourished, afraid, scarred, far worse than anything he imagined. "Great warrior Douglas," someone gasps. But it's all a lie. Everyone was in on it. The entire village had turned a blind eye. Or worse, actively supported the imprisonment and trafficking of innocent children. Douglas is forced to kneel, surrounded, his betrayal complete. I'm sorry, he whispers. Kella's voice is sharp and unrelenting. Don't move. If any of you move an inch, Douglas dies. Even the earth demons are at a loss. How did the coward Kella... But Kella ignores them, focused on one thing only, saving the children. Surlis, he says, can you use memory transfer magic to show me what one of these dark elves has gone through? Surlis hesitates, then nods. It won't be as clear as showing my own memories, but it's possible. And with that, Kella dives into the memory of a child born into hell. They see it all: forced pregnancy, captivity, a life devoid of light. Children selected by human nobles, ripped from the only life they knew, sold like property. Whispers of the outside world, from rare adult captives, gave the children hope. Skies so big they went on forever. Blue oceans, food that didn't taste like dirt, and the chance to laugh without fear. Things they could never even picture in this dark, hollow pit. But if we could just wish for one thing before we die, just one, that maybe our children, just maybe, could live to see those dreams. The memory ends. Kella stands frozen. His hands shake, not out of fear, but rage. Righteous, blood-boiling fury. This pathetic existence, earth demons, you fucking bastards! The boy who was once called coward has become the only true warrior among them. The blade of truth had already been plunged into the heart of the village, but now came the reckoning. Coup! Douglas staggered, spitting blood onto the cold dirt as his lies crumbled like ash. His body was broken, but still he sneered. What? So you weren't trying to save the kids? Kella demanded. You were trying to smuggle them? The disgust in his voice was unmistakable. Douglas's lips curled into a bitter smile. Kuh! That's right, he spat. Dark elves. They're a rare breed the human nobles lust after. Loved by nature, they lead us to lands of peace just by existing. His eyes, twisted with greed and madness, locked onto Kella. Doesn't that make them perfect to raise as livestock? You bastard! Rin's voice cracked like thunder. How could you enslave other demons? Surlis shouted. Douglas growled, his rationalization unraveling with every word. With the Demon King dead, we're vulnerable. They're essential if we want to survive the humans. What choice did we have? But Kella stepped forward, the weight of his past, of his father's cruelty, of every scar etched onto his soul, now burning behind his eyes. I was miserable under my father's tyranny. But these children, what they endured, it's beyond anything I ever faced. I can't sit back anymore. Not when this is happening right in front of me. He looked to his allies, Surlis Rin, and said, let's finish what Kilman started. I agree, Rin said, her spear gleaming with fury. These bastards betrayed their own kind. I can't forgive them, Surlis roared. Me neither, Kella said, drawing his weapon. We cleanse this place. No more mercy for the earth demons. From the shadows, orcs began to charge. Help me fight. There are only 3 of them. Whoa! Die! The battle cries roared as they clashed. The ground shook. The air was thick with bloodlust. The remaining orcs are attacking, someone screamed. How dare you rebel against the great demon king's kind? But the earth demons hesitated, their unity fracturing. Don't retreat, one shouted. Unlike others, Kella is a wuss. We have no reason to obey him. But others stood tall. Nonsense! Lord Kella will become the next demon king. Die, Kella! Blades swung and magic exploded. Kella fought back with fury and resolve. This isn't a game, this is real life. If I can change anything with my power, then I won't sit still anymore. Steel met steel, blood hit the earth. Kill them, roared the earth demon warriors. In the shadows of the prison, a boy named Wood watched, trembling. His thin frame shook, not just from fear, but from something awakening deep inside. Could they be doing this? For us? Wood whispered. Then, we have to help them. What are you doing, Wood? Get back, another child shouted. If they lose, we'll be tortured again. Just stay put, Wood. To torture, Wood whispered. He could still hear it, echoes of agony, of his friends screaming, their small bodies broken under cruel hands. Do you hear those cries of pain? One earth demon sneered. You'll get all of them back. Wood's fist clenched. As I thought, this won't do. Kella's voice rang out. Everyone, eat your earth ores. If we lose everything now... Douglas, bloodied but defiant, bit into a glowing shard. Douglas ate his earth ore, someone shouted. Let's eat ours too. Earth ores? Rin's eyes widened. I thought those were just a legend. A wave of energy surged. What was that? Surlis answered grimly. When consumed, in exchange for a portion of a demon's life, Earth ores boost physical capabilities dozens of times over. Douglas's body swelled with terrifying strength. Grah, Kella, I'm going to kill you. Kella's eyes narrowed. No way! Their demonic energy and strength have skyrocketed. I can't use all the abilities Hell gave me yet, he admitted, but stood tall anyway. Yeah! Prepare yourself! A demon roared, blade crashing down. This is dangerous! Barely dodging a blow. Kwa! What is this? In the chaos, Wood stepped forward, his eyes burning. Never again. I don't want to be tortured. Ever again. Well, Wood! A child gasped. He stood alone between the orcs and Kella, barely taller than their knees, but unwavering. You've really gone and done it now, snarled one of the earth demons, raising his weapon. Damn you, how dare you get in my way? I'm going to torture you until you... Don't screw with me, that's never going to happen. The blade came down, too slow. The earth demon faltered. Wood, was it? I think I like you. Kook! A voice ripped through the air like thunder. Douglas, the self-proclaimed leader, the betrayer of his own kind, stood with murder in his eyes. His voice trembled with rage and betrayal. Wood! I raised you, don't forget that. You who were abandoned by the world. I picked you up when no one else would. And this is how you repay me? You dare betray me? His aura exploded raw and feral. Screw torture! I'm going to kill you right now! And then, it began. A grotesque transformation right before their eyes. Douglas's muscles expanded, veins bulged unnaturally under his skin, like molten iron threatening to burst through flesh. His body distorted with power, his bones creaking under the sudden surge. What the hell? His body got bigger? Kella's voice cut through the battlefield, disbelief painting his face. A gust of demonic energy whipped across the floor. Someone screamed. Ack! The magic stone embedded in Douglas's chest pulsed violently. Kook! Is an earth magic stone really that strong? It wasn't just a magic stone. It was a forbidden artifact, a relic capable of amplifying a demon's strength beyond natural limits at the cost of their sanity. Douglas's eyes glowed madly. Die, Wood! He lunged. Cook! Wood grunted as the monstrous blow sent him crashing into the dungeon wall, dust and rubble bursting around him. Blood pooled beneath him, his small frame crumpled. Wood! I'll rip your head right off! The madman stalked forward, face twisted in hatred. Wood groaned, barely conscious. Ugh! Kella, watching from a distance, cursed under his breath. Has he gone completely insane? Kella thought. He's more obsessed with killing Wood than even fighting me. This isn't strategy. This is personal. Cook! Kella narrowed his eyes. Damn, he's too far. If this keeps up, Wood will die. He clenched his fists. I need a long-range attack. His magic stirred, frenzied, unfocused. Anything is fine, so please. And suddenly, the world dissolved into silence. Kella blinked. The battlefield vanished like smoke. A deep void surrounded him, serene yet suffocating. Huh? What is this place? A voice echoed from the abyss. Kekeki, idiot, this is your consciousness. Kella spun around. A twisted silhouette emerged from the fog, grinning, ancient, layered in shadow. Who are you? Wouldn't you rather know how to save that guy? The figure mocked. Time flows slower here, but not slow enough to hesitate. Right, Wood! Kella's voice cracked with urgency. Do you have a way to save him? The figure's grin widened. You're not ready yet. Hel Khaldun gave you power, but your body and mind, they aren't synchronized enough to handle it all. But if you continue down this path, sinking further, the full strength will one day be yours. Forget the damn explanation, Kella shouted. Tell me what I can use right now. Fine, the entity said, its voice almost amused. There is one ability, only one. It turned to leave, slowly fading into mist. Kella Khaldun, Kang Chiwu, I'll see you again soon. What? How the hell does he know my name? The void shattered. Kella's eyes snapped open, and the fire was already forming in his palm. He felt it. Hell's fire arrow, ancient, devastating, divine. If it's this, Kella growled, Wood, protect your body. The arrow ignited, swirling with black and crimson energy, a spell born of gods and demons. Douglas turned, fury collapsing into terror. That's... this bastard! You thought you could destroy everyone and walk away? Kella's voice echoed like judgment. This is the end of all your filthy deeds, Douglas. The fire arrow tore through the air, screaming, No! Save me! Boom! The explosion was like a falling star. Ash rained down. The ceiling cracked. The sound of burning echoed against stone. Silence followed. It's done, Kella gasped, breathless. A direct hit. Douglas's twisted, steaming body fell. There was no redemption in that fall, only the weight of sins paid in flame. Kella stood still for a moment. Then, what was that thing I met inside my consciousness? But he had no time to think. Ugh, there's too many of them, Surlis shouted as the remnants of the earth demons surged from the tunnels, vengeful, furious. Damn, I can't use splash magic here, the ceiling's too low. The swarm came fast. Don't worry, I'll finish this in a flash, slicing through the demons with a fury that rivaled the flames. Ack! Enemies cried as they fell one by one. Kella raised his hand again. Another fire arrow formed, smoother this time, faster. Fire arrow, using demonic energy? His mana, it's gotten stronger? Kella's grin was sharper now, more dangerous. I have long-range attacks now. His eyes flared. Nice, very nice. Finally. The dust settled. The cries had faded. The fire cooled into embers. Kella stood tall amidst the ruins, his cloak fluttering in the silent aftermath. Everything is taken care of, he murmured, a weary breath escaping his lips. His eyes scanned the scorched battlefield, the crumbled stone, and the freed souls. These earth ores, they're far more powerful than I expected. It flickered faintly, and then dimmed, as if drained. I didn't know they burned away your lifespan. No wonder Douglas looked so monstrous. These need further investigation. We can't afford another misuse like this. Behind him, dozens of dark elves stood silently, some clutching children, others holding one another for support. They had been prisoners for so long, the idea of freedom felt foreign, terrifying. Kella turned toward them, his voice softening. Now, all of you are free, he declared. You don't have to live under anyone's heel again. You're not weapons, you're not property, you're alive. So live your lives freely. Free? One whispered. We're free? Another echoed, blinking in disbelief. Yeah, Kella said, offering a small smile. You can leave this place, right now. For a moment, silence. Then, a woman fell to her knees, clutching her child tightly. We can take our kids away from this hellish place, she choked. Thank you so much, Sir Kella. Surlis approached from the shadows, her expression solemn. It looks like we won't be able to take the earth demons in as subordinates after all, she muttered. To think we were tricked by those bastards. It's a shame, Kella agreed, but there's nothing we can do now. They made their choice. He turned toward Wood, who stood quietly to the side, his small hands clenched. Wood, Kella said gently, you weren't born here, were you? You were captured. Wood hesitated, then nodded. Yes. And you don't have any family to return to, do you? No. Kella placed a hand on his shoulder. Then come with us. Wood looked up, startled. We'll need someone who knows the terrain. You're an earth demon. I'm not, Wood interrupted quickly. I'm not an earth demon. I'm not even good at terrain. I can't help you at all. Kella smiled softly. You're an elf, Wood. One who's deeply loved by nature. And you just stood up to a monster when everyone else was frozen in fear. That's more than enough. Bravery isn't about power. It's about choice. And you chose to protect. Wood's eyes filled with tears. Sir Kella. His voice trembled. I don't even remember my parents' faces. I was abandoned. Taken here. I've lived in this hell for as long as I can remember. I thought I'd die here. Is it really okay for me to leave? To follow you? Kella crouched to meet his eyes. You won't be following me, he said gently. You'll be going with me. Side by side, we're walking out of here. Together. Tears spilled down Wood's cheeks. He nodded, his voice small. Thank you, Sir Kella. And so, they walked out of the cursed dungeon, leaving the darkness behind. The captured elves, children of the forest, lovers of sunlight, stepped into a future they never thought they'd see. I was worried, Kella thought to himself, glancing back at the group. They've never seen the world outside, but they're demons blessed by nature. No matter where they go, their lives will be better than what they left behind. A few hours later, the group now traveled across a sprawling valley, grass brushing their feet and wind whispering hope into their ears. Spirits were lighter, laughter began to return in bits and pieces, especially from the younger ones. Listen, shouted a loud, smug voice. You're the newbie here, so you have to listen to us. Got it? Yes, Wood replied with a small bow. Whatever you need. Then let's go find a river. A river. Wood tilted his head. I smell water in that direction, he pointed. The older kid narrowed his eyes. Not bad. You've got a nose on you, huh? I'll give you that. Thank you. Kella chuckled quietly, watching the kids bond. Surlis walked beside him, arms crossed. Why are we even looking for a river? Because, she said, like it was the most obvious thing in the world, we can't just keep walking forever. We need to find something we can ride, and rivers usually lead to places. Towns, settlements, maybe even boats. Oh, let's catch a dragon, the loud kid shouted excitedly, pumping his fist in the air. Stop dreaming about catching a dragon, Surlis snapped. We'd be lucky to even spot a unicorn. I want a dragon, the kid insisted, bouncing on his heels. A dragon, Kella grinned. Fine, let's go in the direction Wood pointed out. Okay, they all cheered. I want a dragon, I say. I told you, there are no dragons, Surlis groaned, exasperated. Their laughter echoed across the valley as the group moved forward, not as survivors, but as something closer to a family. A pained groan escaped the lone survivor. Phew, save me. The figure standing over him showed no mercy. So this one's the only one left. But something else was wrong, troubling even. The family tracking spell wasn't functioning as expected. Why isn't it working? One of them muttered, frustrated. The readings are scattered. Multiple individuals are showing up, all in different directions. It didn't make sense. Hell's children weren't supposed to be this many. There's no way that many of Hell's descendants remain, so... Which one is Kella? That's the problem, came the reply. We can't tell. A long pause followed, then someone sighed heavily. We don't have time to chase false trails. If we can't pinpoint him, we'll have to hunt down every demon across the continent. One of them turned to Curdly. Can you search for Kella first? Curdly nodded. If I go alone, I can teleport a certain distance. It might be faster that way. Good. While you're at it, we'll be taking care of the rest. A wicked grin formed. Cleaning up. Curdly, you're up. Without another word, she vanished into thin air. Someone blinked. Whoa. She just left like that? Another one cracked their knuckles. Then let's go. It's time to hunt demons. Far away, Curdly felt the faint trail of Hel Khaldun's energy lingering in the air. Kella passed through here, didn't he? She asked the trembling creature before her. The wounded demon stammered, Yes. That coward. Kella. He destroyed everything. Wiped out our entire tribe. Where did he go? I don't know. But before that, could you maybe save me? A sickening crack ended his plea. If you're useless, you're dead, she muttered, turning away. The trace was weak, but still there. Kella Khaldun, I'll find you. Meanwhile, a breath of fresh air washed over Kella and his group as they finally reached the river. We're here, someone said, relief laced in their voice. Kella looked over at Wood, the young elf who had guided them across days of endless terrain. You really tracked this just by scent? That's impressive. Wood bowed his head. Thank you. Don't let it go to your head, newbie, snapped one of the others. Sorry, Wood replied quietly. They hadn't eaten properly in days, and stomachs were beginning to growl. One of the companions perked up. Master, let me fish. I'm really good at it. Before anyone could react, a massive fish was already flailing on the riverbank. What? How'd you do that? I use nature's energy to control the flow of water, Wood replied calmly. Even Kella looked mildly impressed. That's not bad. I'll start a fire right away, someone offered eagerly. No need, Kella replied with a flick of his fingers. Flames roared to life with magic alone. As they gathered around the small fire, the smell of roasted fish filled the air. This is really good, someone said between bites. Yeah, Kella nodded. Good job, Wood. Thank you, Wood said, a soft smile forming. Rin, however, sat quietly, eyes downcast. You're not eating? Kella asked. I'm fine. Then I'll take your portion. One of the others grinned, already reaching over. Go ahead, Rin replied distantly. Kella glanced at the group. Just fish wasn't going to cut it. Are there any fruits around? I'll go find some right away. Rin jumped up, suddenly energized. I can help, Wood started, but Kella interrupted. No, let Rin go, right, Rin? Of course. I'll get the juiciest, ripest fruit for you, Master, she called back as she ran off. One of the others chuckled. She's so easy to read. You did that on purpose, didn't you? To cheer her up? Kella looked away. He considerate? No way. I just want some fruit. Still, he couldn't help but smile slightly. Hey, Wood, he asked. Do you think we'll find any unicorns nearby? I think so, Wood nodded. When I was little, I remember their scent. There's something similar in the air here. Who knows? Kella muttered. Maybe Rin will get her dragon too. I keep telling you, there are no dragons around here. Meanwhile, Rin cheerfully skipped through the forest. Fruits, fruits, delicious fruits, she sang to herself. Her eyes sparkled as she spotted a vibrant cluster of ripe fruit nestled in a tree. Yes, Master's going to love these. Just as she reached up, the ground trembled beneath her. Ooh-wah! An earthquake! The shaking intensified, cracks split the earth open. Then, from the shadows, a guttural growl echoed behind her. Rin turned slowly. Her eyes widened in terror. A massive beast stood before her. A dragon. Kia! It's a dragon! A soft breeze drifted through the clearing. I see, he said thoughtfully. So you're saying you can naturally sense the energy of the earth? Wood nodded slowly. Yes. It's difficult to put into words, but I can feel the energy of nature around me, within a certain range. Kella leaned back, imagining it. I wonder if it's kind of like looking at a mini-map in a game. It's a useful ability, one of the others chimed in, especially for finding dungeons or mana sources. Wood hesitated. But the distance I can sense is still limited. I don't know how much help I really am. Is there a way to expand it? Kella asked, intrigued. There is one method I've heard of, Wood replied. Everyone leaned in slightly. And what's that? Kella prompted. If I were to consume a clairvoyant stone from a dragon that's lived for over 1,000 years, my ability to feel the natural energy would expand several hundredfold. Several hundred? Someone exclaimed. That's incredible. It is, but finding a dragon like that is nearly impossible. And even if we did, there's no way we'd survive fighting it. Kella turned to Surlis. Are dragons really that strong? Surlis gave a grave nod. They're the apex predators of nature, and they hate demons. Only a handful of humans, those with extremely powerful minds, have ever been able to tame one. That's kind of ironic, isn't it? Kella muttered. Only the weak humans can tame the strongest beings? Don't try to understand the logic of dragons, Surlis said, her tone final. Kella gazed at the treetops, brow furrowed. Still, a clairvoyant stone, huh? If only we had a way to get one. There's no point in wishing, Surlis said flatly. We're not finding a dragon anytime soon. Let it go. Yeah, I guess you're right. Wood gave a soft sigh. Just then, Grah! A monstrous roar split through the trees. Master! Rin's voice rang out in panic. It's a dragon! Save me! What? Kella shot up. A dragon? They all turned, and there it was, towering over the trees, its massive wings casting shadows across the forest floor. Whoa! Someone whispered. It's huge! Don't just admire it, run! Kella barked. You said we wouldn't find one, and why is it so damn big? I don't know! I've never seen a dragon like that before. The dragon roared again, a deep, resonating growl that shook the ground. Rin screamed, still sprinting through the clearing. Stop shouting, Kella yelled. You're making it chase you even harder. Another bellow, and then silence. The dragon turned and flew off into the horizon, leaving a trembling group behind. Kella glared at Rin, exasperated. What the hell did you bring back with you when you went to get fruit? I'm sorry, Rin panted, clinging to a nearby tree. I didn't think there'd be a dragon nearby. Surlis stared after the fading silhouette of the beast. It was massive. With that size, it must have lived for over a millennium. Everyone fell silent. That means, Kella began. Surlis nodded grimly. It likely has a clairvoyant stone. This might actually be an opportunity. But before anyone could respond, a quiet footstep echoed behind them. Who? Kella's eyes widened in disbelief. This can't be. The Talkin of White... Curdly? What? Someone gasped. A member of the Talkin squad? Here? Did they already find us? Everyone, prepare yourselves, Surlis ordered. Curdly is known for being merciless, a cold-blooded mage. Kella's hands trembled. I just wanted to live a peaceful life after escaping the Demon King's castle. Why is it always danger after danger? And now it's a bloodthirsty mage? Curdly's voice cut through the tension like a blade. Calm yourselves. There is no need to fight here. What? Kella asked warily. Her gaze turned to Surlis. You, Talkin's traitor, should know that engaging me would be meaningless. Surlis flinched. I could wipe you all out with a single spell, Curdly said, her voice devoid of emotion. Surlis, is that true? Someone cried out. I don't want to admit it, but she's not bluffing, Surlis muttered. She's stronger than all of us combined. Then, what do we do? Curdly's voice softened. There's no need to resist. If you follow me quietly, you won't die. At least not for now. Where are you taking us? Kella asked, his voice low. To meet our captain, Curdly replied. Captain? Killian. We're going to where Captain Killian is, Curdly said calmly, as if the threat of death wasn't lingering thick in the air. As expected, Strills muttered, his eyes narrowing. White Killian. He's already started moving? Our captain is searching for Kella Khaldun, Curdly continued without a hint of urgency. So follow me. A chill ran down Kella's spine. So, you're saying I'll still die if I go with you? Well, she said with a slight tilt of her head, you'll survive a little longer that way. Kella's thoughts spun. He had been dreaming of living a peaceful life, something that felt like a game. Simple quests, dungeon adventures, maybe even a tavern of his own someday. But now, to die like this, without even a proper fight? No, he shouted internally. If I follow her, I'm guaranteed to die. Then I'd rather... He turned sharply to the others. Everyone, attack! I've always been a burden to Sir Kella, Rin cried, her voice breaking as she leapt forward. If I'm going to die, I'll die protecting him. Yay! Rin, don't use close-range magic. Srills warned too late. Curdly didn't even flinch. If that's your choice? Rin barely got close before she was flung backward by a sharp burst of cold. Ugh! Key! It's fine if I just bring back Kella's dead body, Curdly muttered. She raised her hand. Blizzard. A wave of ice and wind burst outward. Kella's shield flared. Everyone, stick close to me! Rin, are you okay? He called out, voice strained. I'm sorry, Sir Kella. I'm never any help. This isn't the time to say that, Kella snapped, focusing all his energy on maintaining the barrier. My shield won't last long. Srills, he barked, do you have anything that can counter that spell? Even if I did, her magic circle is way beyond mine, Srills replied, panic rising. Cracks spidered across the surface of the barrier. Cold seeped in. If it shattered, they'd all die. There has to be a way. Think. Kella clenched his fists. That existence in my mind. If I can meet it again. He screamed. Ah! What are you doing? Shrills yelled. If you use strength like that, the shield will break faster. Come out! Kella shouted into the void of his own mind. Ah! The ground rumbled. A deep growl echoed. Curdly's eyes flicked toward him, recognition dawning. I feel Hel Khaldun's energy from you, so that's it. It only surfaces when you push yourself to the limit. That's why I couldn't sense you before. She began to raise her hand for the finishing blow, but even so, it seems this is the end. Damn it! Kella screamed again. Why? Why won't it come out? Isn't it supposed to awaken when I'm about to die? The shield groaned. Cracks widened. Cold poured through. No! No, no! And then a roar split the sky. Time slowed. A massive shadow fell over them. The blizzard halted midair, stopped by a sudden explosive force. What? Srills gasped. Curdly's expression finally shifted, her calm demeanor cracking. The dragon, it had returned, and it had just blocked the spell. Kella stared in disbelief. The dragon, it blocked it? Silence crashed over the battlefield, broken only by the howl of the wind and the crackling remnants of magic. Everyone stood frozen. Kella's breath hitched. The dragon, it's protecting us? The enormous beast stood between them, and certain death, wings spread like a living fortress, glistening scales reflecting the scattered light of Curdly's failed spell. It didn't growl, didn't move with malice, only with fierce, unwavering intent. Why? Shrills muttered. Why would a dragon do such a thing? Then everything around Kella warped. A sudden surge of warmth poured into his mind, images, feelings, whispers of a life not his own. Huh? The world dimmed. In its place, memories. Gentle, distant memories. The scent of wildflowers, the breeze across a mountain peak. Laughter. Then, her face, clear as day. My mother? Kella whispered, his throat closed. That's my mother. In the vision, she stood beside the dragon. Not in fear, but in companionship. She looked younger, hopeful. The dragon curled around her like a protector, not a monster. The emotion tangled in Kella's chest was hard to describe. Something ancient, sad, and full of affection. That's bittersweet, he breathed. Tender. Suddenly, a voice, not external, but inside him. Run, away. Kella's heart jolted. What? What did you just... The voice was deep, impossibly old, echoing not in his ears but his soul. Is this... the dragon's voice? Then, the dragon lowered its head. Between its claws was a glowing stone, crystalline, pulsing with light. This is a clairvoyant stone. Kella reached for it instinctively. Why are you giving this to me? He asked, confused. No answer, just urgency, pressure. I don't have time to explain, the voice echoed again. Hide your power, run. What? Hide my power? Run? Just who are you? But the dragon didn't answer again. Its head snapped toward the horizon. Danger. Krrr! It growled sharply, warning him. Suddenly, Curdly's chilling voice rang through the clearing. Oh? A dragon helping a demon? Her smile was amused. Now that's strange. Kella flinched. Damn it, I don't have time to think. He turned to the others. Now, everyone run! No one hesitated. They turned and sprinted, hearts pounding, the dragon standing like a monolith between them and their pursuer. Curdly's gaze narrowed. Such a powerful dragon. Why would it interfere now? She raised her hand, fingers glowing with arcane energy. Her expression sharpened, amused, yet cold. This gives me much to consider. The dragon roared, answering her challenge. The air split apart under the force of its cry. Curdly raised both hands. Is that your best? Then I suppose it's my turn to exert myself. Just a little. Above, the sky twisted. She whispered the word with deadly finality. Meteor. A cascade of burning stones rained from the heavens, blinding, enormous, divine in destruction. The dragon countered with a wall of frost and light. The blast collided, each tremor shaking the landscape, kicking up dirt and energy. It's baffling. She prepared another spell. Before it dies, I'll peek into its memories. Maybe I'll find the answer there. The dragon bellowed again, but its strength was waning, and yet, it did not step back. Instead, its eyes locked onto Kella again, one last time. You selfish, cruel humans. One day, you will regret all that you have done. Then the dragon's body began to glow. Wait, no, it's not. The dragon's ending its own life? A pulse of light, brighter than the sun, erupted from the beast. For a single deafening instant, the battlefield turned white. The blast ripped through Curdly's incoming spells. The shockwave swallowed sound and flame. Everything fell still. The dragon's body collapsed, not shattered, not broken, but peaceful, like it had returned to something older than death itself. It was gone. Its final act had bought Kella the precious seconds he needed. But this won't change your fate, Kella Khaldun. You are fated to be killed by the hands of the White Talkans. The wind howled over the ruins of the battlefield. The campfire crackled softly in the silence. The scent of ash and faint ozone lingered after the chaos of battle. Kella sat quietly, staring into the embers. What was up with that dragon? Wood finally broke the silence. Srils shook his head. At first it tried to kill us. Then it saved us. To be exact, Kella said slowly, I think it was trying to help me. Yeah, Nair added. It appeared the moment Kella used his demonic powers. Do you know anything about it? Kella glanced down at his hand, still faintly glowing from the aftermath. I caught a glimpse into its memories when it connected with me. I think it knew He hesitated. My mother. The group stilled. But dragons and demons don't get along. What kind of relationship did they have? I don't know, Kella replied, but the feeling I got was bittersweet. Wood leaned forward, eyes narrowing. Didn't the dragon give you something? Kella pulled a small crystal from the folds of his cloak. Oh, this? Srils gasped. Isn't that the dragon's clairvoyant stone? Not only did it save us, Wood said in awe, but it gave you this. I think we were just saved by a queen, Srils said softly. A silence passed through the group, reverent and heavy. What was the relationship between your mother and that dragon? Nair asked, eyes thoughtful. There was definitely something in its eyes, Wood said, but regardless, we're lucky to have it. You should take it. Kella looked startled. Me? But the White Talkin is already tracking us. Shouldn't we give it to someone stronger? Sril stood. That item resonates with you. It's yours. But it's incredibly rare. Are you sure Wood interrupted, waving a hand. No one else here can use it. Hurry up and eat it already. All right then, here goes. He closed his eyes, pressed the stone to his chest, and absorbed it. Hup. A rush of magic. A flood of memory, not his own. A child's scream. Chains. Fire. Then, darkness. The vision unfolded like a tragic dream. When I was born, the voice echoed, ancient and tired, I was nothing but a lab rat. A dragon, young and terrified, lay strapped to a metal platform. Human voices surrounded it, cold hands, needles, runes carved into its skin. They didn't care how much pain I was in. They tore my body apart again and again, and whenever I was close to death, they healed me. Centuries passed, generations of humans, experiments, agony. My mind shattered into pieces. I gave up. I stopped fighting. I stopped crying. A voice, cruel and clinical. Cuckoo. It's not crying anymore. It stopped crying in our generation. That has to be an achievement, right? Then, flames, screams. The battle began. Turk Khaldun's war swept through the world, and in the chaos, the lab collapsed. That was the day the dragon escaped. For the first time, I tasted freedom. The sky, the wind. But I wasn't done. I wanted to warn the others. The dragon flew to the peaks, calling out to its kind. I told them the truth. About the humans. About the pain. I told them we should help the demons. But they didn't listen. They had already allied with the humans. They called me bitter. Deluded. They thought I would hurt their friends. The truth? They couldn't accept it. The humans got close to us through blood, through sacrifice, my sacrifice, but no one believed me. So the dragon wandered, alone. I didn't belong with the dragons, nor with the demons, certainly not with the humans. It curled into itself, deep inside a forgotten cave. Darkness, silence, solitude. I asked myself, why was I even born? Then, tiny footsteps, a soft cry, a child, alone, lost. Mommy? The dragon blinked. What? Mommy? The child sobbed, running to it, clinging to its claw. I'm not your mother, the dragon said. But the child, Karista, held on tightly, unafraid, warm, and in that moment, perhaps I had just found the reason I was born. To be continued. We'll cover the next story very soon. Stay tuned. If you like the story, let me know in the comments.